early for Christmas. Written by Christopher Audrey. Christmas was coming. All the letters, cards, and parcels posted in Farquhar were carried along Thomas's branch line to the sorting office in Tynemouth. The trains became heavier and heavier. One day, about a week before Christmas, the people at the post office in Farquhar asked for the special train that evening. The station master agreed, and arranged for Percy to take it. That was during the morning. About lunchtime, the sky clouded over, thick and heavy from the east. It began to snow, not hard at first, but by tea time it had turned into a blizzard. Percy shivered. "Just my luck to have to go out again," he grumbled. "I'd much rather be in a nice warm shed." "Wouldn't we all?" agreed his driver and fireman. "But orders are orders. You wouldn't want children missing their presents on the Christmas day, just because you'd rather be in a shed, would you?" They fixed the snowplow into Percy's front buffer beam, when all the mail in sacks and packed into big metal trolleys had been loaded into the train. Percy set off. Rather to his surprise, the snow wasn't bad. The tunnel was usually the worst place in snow, but they reached it without trouble. Percy whistled cheerfully as they passed Mrs. Kindly's cottage, but nobody waved in reply. Crimson curtains were sensibly drawn against the weather, and the warm glow of light shone through them into the snow outside. "We'll be all right now," said the fireman as they came safely out into the valley. But he was wrong. They passed the station by the river all right, but they found in the open land lower down the valley that the snow had drifted more deeply. Conditions became steadily worse. Before they reached the station by the airfield, they realized that they could go no further. By now, the snow was level to Percy's buffers, and a sharp wind was blowing snow off the sides of the cutting to pile up around him. "Quick!" urged Percy's driver. "Back to the last station, or we shall be stranded!" But it was too late. Already, the snow was so thick around Percy's wheels that they just spun helplessly and didn't move in an inch. "Go back to the station and tell them what has happened," the driver told the fireman. "Thank goodness there aren't any passengers to worry about." "No," grumbled the fireman. "Only me. You didn't say I need snowshoes, did you?" He told the guard where he's going, and a little while later, the guard came to Percy's cab to be near the fire. He rubbed his hands together happily. "Whew, make the most of it," marked the driver with a grin. "We can only keep it as long as the coal and water lasts." When the firemen reached the station, the staff there wasted no time in sending for help. But the weather was worse on the coast, and even Donald and Douglas couldn't force their way through. They thought of sending to Farquhar for Thomas, but then realized by the time he could reach them, the snow would probably be thick enough to strand him too. They held a conference in the station master's office. "It's a mile that is the biggest worry," said the station master. "We can't just leave it stuck in the snow." "Don't they keep part of the airfield clear at all times?" suggested Percy's fireman. "How are the helicopters there? He could take the mail for us." "They never let him take off in this blizzard," objected the station master. They took the hot drinks and food down to Percy's driver and guard, and, in several journeys, brought the sacks of mail up to the station. Early next morning, the skies had cleared enough for Hal to be allowed to take off. He took as many sacks as he could, and kept coming back for more, until the mail was cleared. It was afternoon before Thomas and Toby reached them from Farquhar, and they pulled Percy and his train back to safety. "Thank you for rescuing me," said Percy. I know what you felt like, Thomas. Remember that year when you went to collect a Christmas tree for the fat controller, and you became stranded in the snow blizzard, and you had to wait to be rescued? It was alright until my fire went out, but I didn't want to do it again. Next year, perhaps posting early for Christmas can start as soon as it likes. The end.